Today, I thought of sharing a special sutta. So from today onwards, we are going to learn the four foundations of the mindfulness. So let's learn the introduction today, and then we can go through the sutta little by little. This is a very good sutta. So today we will learn the introduction and the conclusion. So the importance of learning that both is like this. So in the beginning, Buddha saying, what is the purpose of practicing this? And then at the end, Buddha says the results and how long will it take. So this is an amazing sutta we all can learn and improve our knowledge on the Buddha's teachings. So if anyone who would like to learn the Satipatthana, so this won't be just a teaching like just I'm just teaching, but I will guide you through the teachings. Like I will allow you to ask questions also. So in that way, this will be a learning plus meditation for you all. Bring your palms together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. My homage to the Blessed One, the Worthy One, the Supremely Enlightened One. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's pay our respect to our teacher, Pinnath Loku Swamin Wahanse also. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay, dear Dhamma friends, so we know that in Buddha's teachings, so the whole teaching, Buddha has taught a lot. So when it comes to the sutta canon, there are like 18,000 suttas. So what does it contain in brief? So Buddha is saying that the whole teaching can say in one word. That one word is Four Noble Truths. And there is another word called that Appamada. Or this whole teaching can say Appamada. Appamada means, Pamada means we late. Appamada means opposite of late. That means it's not hurrying, but not being late. So this whole teaching encourage us to understand Four Noble Truths and in the same time not to be late. So these Four Noble Truths, when we say Four Noble Truths, these teachings talks about the whole world. This whole world, when we understand in the whole world, from whole universe to in outer world and inward, outward and inward, the whole thing we can say we can categorize in suffering. So that the suffering means it's not suffering means pain. Suffering means basically whatever the things we have attached in our mind, whatever the thing might have attached, maybe form, feeling, perceptions, volitions, and the consciousness. So that the five aggregates of clingings, so those are the things we call suffering. And the second noble or the universal truth is cause for the suffering. Why sufferings arises? What is the reason for the sufferings? Simple word for that is tanha, or the ego. That ego can categorize in three groups: karma, bhava, vibhava. We have learned those things. And then the third truth is cessation of suffering. That means enlightenment or the nibbana. So that the fourth truth is path to cessation of suffering. So what is the path which takes someone to the cessation of end of all the sufferings? So in that path, we have learned that that path can describe mainly in Noble Eightfold Path. But other than that, there are the other ways we can describe. We learned the 37 things, so we can categorize in 7 groups. One is Satipatthāna, or the 4 foundation of mindfulness, and then 4 efforts, and then that the Iddhipada, 4 Iddhipada, what that the 4 things which lead even to that the supernatural powers, and then Pancha Indriya, that means the 5 faculties, and then 5 powers, Pancha Bala. 6th one is Bojjhanga, or the 7 factors of enlightenment. Then the 7th one is Noble Eightfold Path. So today we are going to learn the 4 foundations of the mindfulness. So let's try to learn the 4 foundation of mindfulness from Buddha's teachings. It's like we are going to learn like line by line. I will teach the both. In both languages, I will say the Pali Buddha's language one, and then the English meaning. So you can you can go through the English one. So as introduction, so that Evang me sutang, thus I have heard. Ekan samayam bhagava. In one occasion, the Blessed One, the Buddha, was living Kurunam Nigamo, that means living among the Kuru peoples at a Kuru village named Kammasadhamma. Kammasadhamma Nigamo, that means a village. There the Blessed One addressed the monks. So Badante Tite Bhikkhu Bhagavato Pachasasun. Then the monks replied to Buddha, Venerable Sir. So then Buddha saying, this is saying something important. So Ekayano ayam bhikkhave maggo. First I will say the simple translation. This is the only way, like this is the exact way. Sattana Visuddhya, for the purification of the living beings. Soka Pariddhavana Samatikkamaya. Soka means we learned, if you can remember, that the mental sufferings what we get, like that that fear, that the heaviness of the heart. Paridhavana means that the crying with that. Samatikkamaya, to let go those. Dukkha domanassanang attangamaya. Dukkha means the physical suffering. Domanassa means mental suffering. To let go those. Nyaya sadhigamaya, to attain the some special knowledges like abilities. And nibbanassa satchakiriyaya, to attain the nibbana even. This is the only and exact way. Yadidan chattaro satipatthana. What is it? 4 foundation of mindfulness. What are those 4? So that the translation says like this. Amongst this is the one way, the path for the purification of beings, for the complete transcendence of sorrow and lamentation, for the disappearance of pain and depression, for the attainment of the way, for the realization of Nibbana, that is for establishments of the mindfulness. So what are 4? So Buddha saying, Ida bhikkhave bhikkhu kaye kayanu passe viharati. A monk abides observing the body as the body. So being mindful of the body as a body. That means as a body means, instead of taking it as me or mine or myself, just seeing the exact way of it. There are three special words. Those are Atapi Sampajano Satima. In here, Atapa translated as dedicated. Sampajana, it's like completely aware, and Satima means mindful. These three are something we definitely need to understand before we go through. And Vinaya loke abhijja domanassa. Without the covetousness or the depression, the abhijja means that desire, that covetousness or the depression. The domanassa means that mental depression what we get about the world. So basically, which means being aware of the body. When we being aware of the body as body, there should be three things. Atapa, the effort, and sampajano, that means completely aware, that means that completely aware means like it's a kind of a thing we group in the wisdom, and satima also with the mindfulness. So it should have the effort, it should have the wisdom, that the completely awareness, and with the mindfulness. So there shouldn't be two things. Those are the abhijja and the domanassa. So which means that the covetousness and the depression. So let's try to go deep of this. There the atapa. There is a nice sutta the saying that the atapa, or the effort. That effort has three main things. So one is effort not to let arise the unwholesome qualities in the mind, or if it arises, shutting it down. So then the second one is cultivating wholesome qualities and improving it. Then the third one is that that effort what we should have to tolerate the sufferings which creates in our body pain also. Like he should be a person, he should be a person with courageous, not saying like, okay, I'm today sick, I'm not able, I'm not a person with the courage to do meditation today because I'm so ill, I don't have energy in me. It's not like that. He should have the ability to keep practice. So that means we have to be mindful of the body as a body, without that frame of I, or me, or mine, or myself. And so when we being there, that to have it in our mind, we should have the effort, and then the awareness, like that wisdom, which means like the complete awareness means that without the proper awareness, we can see this body as a body. We will frame me in here, and others, we will frame this is he or she in others. Then the satima, so that the mindfulness. So without the mindfulness, we can't do this. And when we have these three, definitely there are not two. What are those? That desire and the abhijja and domanas, and that mental sufferings. Those are the things are absent when we being mindful of the body. Not only the being mindful in the body, then he can be mindful in the feelings as feelings. And if not, he can be mindful the mind as the mind. If not, he can be mindful in mind objects as mind objects. In here it translated as phenomena as phenomena. So in other words, if you being mindful, if you being aware of your body without that framings, me or mine or myself, with the knowledge what you have learned from suttas, So you can place your mind only in 4 places, not in 5 actually. Either in your body, you can feel, understand your body as body. Or if not, you can focus to your feelings as feelings. And if not, you can focus to your mind as mind. And if not, you can focus to your mind objects as mind objects. So this teaching describe when it teach how to be mindful in the body as body, it describe different meditation. One is the most common meditation, one of most common meditation you all practice, anapanasati, or the breathing meditation. And then the iriyapata means being mindful of your body posture, whether you are walking, sitting, standing, laying down, or when you move your body. Or there is another one called sampajana. That means you are being mindful whatever you do, not only body posture, but what you are doing. And there is another meditation, being mindful on 4 elements. That means we being mindful in body, and instead of framing me or mine or myself, breaking this to earthly element, water element, fire element, and the air element. So likewise, breaking into that elements. And if not, there is another meditation, you may have not heard it, but this is a kind of meditation. Seems like little scary, but when you, these two actually, you may feel a little scary or kind of a disgusting, but when it comes to the inner peace and happiness, you don't feel that disgusting or that feeling, but it creates so much of inner peace, and it will definitely let go the desire, that the pleasures, and the mind asking for the sensual pleasures. Those are the asupa, or the breaking this body into 32 parts and reflecting it. It's called the meditation on the impurities. And there is another meditation. In that meditation, there are 9 actually. Those called Navasivatika, seeing. So when this body has a life, that the consciousness, we feel like that framing is always happening. But when that consciousness goes away, this body little by little decaying and turn into pus, and it's like this is like turn into the soil and it's finishing. So seeing what happened, what's going on happening to the dead body, and being reflecting on that, and in that way also you can create mindfulness on your body. So those are the things it says. And this is the introduction, and let's go to the conclusion. So then we can learn these teachings well. The conclusion is Yohi kochi bhikkave ime chattaro satipaṭṭhāne. If the monks, if anyone would practice these 4 foundation of mindfulness, satta vassani, 7 years, tassa dinnam palanang anyataram palam pattikanka. He would like to experience these 2 enlightenment stages. He would like to experience. That means if someone practicing exactly the way Buddha saying, that's what happening. That's what Buddha saying. Ditteva dhamme anya. He will enlighten in this very life. And if not, sativa upadisese anagamita. If there are remaining fetters, or the bonds, attachments, he will end up in the 3rd stage. That means as a non-returner. So Buddha saying, forget about 7 years. If someone practiced this for Chavasani, 6 years, he should have willingness to experience these 2 enlightenment stages. So the arahantship, or the becoming an arahant, the finishing, or if there are remaining fetters, or the, shall we say, the attachments, anagami or the non-returner. So forget about 6 years. Then Buddha saying, if someone practice this for 5 years, so then Buddha saying, forget about 5 years. If someone practice the way Buddha saying, 4 years, then reducing to 3 years, reducing to 2 years, reducing to 1 year, reducing to 7 months, reducing to 6 months, 5 months, 4 months, 3 months, 2 months, 1 month and half a month, and 1 week. Buddha saying, if someone practice this, the way, exact way what Buddha saying, 1 week, he should be happy to experience to these enlightenment stages, arahantship or the non-returner. So then with the ending again, ekaino ayam bhikkhu mango. This is the exact path to purification and cessation of the lamentation and the sorrow and the physical and mental pains, cessation of that, and to attain, experience the knowledges, the special abilities, and attain the Nibbana. This is the exact way. So this is a nice teaching. We all should have idea, or we should learn this. So, which means when we reflect, if we find any sort of suffering, then we have to be honest that I have attachments. So then when we have attachment, what we have to know, we have not practiced the path for the purification. So up to this point, if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Isn't that Satipatthana Sutta is a expansion of Anapanasati? Because if you see, the structure is same, like it in Anapanasati also there are 16 steps divided into 4 sections, and similarly here we have got 4 section as well. And Anapanasati also speaks about almost the same flow. First you focus on breath, then feelings, then mind, and in the end Dhamma. So what do you think about that?
The Anapanasati Sutta, the first part, the first 4 are mentioned in that the body, that being mindful on the body part, but the rest of the things, like the Anapanasati is a meditation, one meditation. If when you practice that, you can practice being mindful on the body, feeling, mind, and mind objects also. But in the Satipatthana Sutta, there are different meditation techniques. Buddha mentioned in Kaya Anupassana, as I said, it contains the breathing, it contains the about the 4 elements and impurities, and being mindful on body posture, being mindful of what we are doing, and about that what happened to the dead body. So likewise, and in the feelings, you know that when we practice breathing meditation, you won't experience in that level in Anapanasati unpleasant feeling. But when describing the being mindful and feeling, it that means someone who is not just meditating, he is doing his day-to-day works. So there may be some unpleasant experience, because being mindful on breath, you never will able to experience that unpleasantness, because once you settle down your mind, then the piti and sukha, those are the things you experience. But in daily life, there may be someone not agreeing with your ideas, or he may say something and it creates unpleasant feeling, then you are being mindful in it. So that the answer for your question should be, yes, Anapanasati is a one way of practicing Satipatthana, the 4 foundation of mindfulness. So the Satipatthana is like the whole. It's like we can group Anapanasati in Satipatthana, but not the whole different meditations of Satipatthana in Anapanasati.
Okay, thanks, Bante.
Yeah. are there anyone who can give a summary from what we learned today? It doesn't matter. I can help if anything to me change or correct.
Bhante, I have a question.
Yes, sure.
Do they have to be done? Do the 4 steps, is there an order to them? Like, do they be done in order or any
Yeah. So it doesn't matter what you do. Like you can do from the body and the feeling and the mind or the dhamma. It doesn't matter, but it will be more helpful because the body is very like being mindful on body is like it's not subtle. So but when we focus to our mind objects and everything, those are subtle, so it will easy you to feel starting from the body and of course the feelings. So then in the mind one you can do like this, such things like in the mind there are first 6 of course we can like Saragang va chittan saragang chittan pajanati. Whether you have like the mind is with the desire, understanding this mind is with desire. Mind is with not with desire, understanding mind is not with desire. A mind is with anger, understanding my mind is with anger. And mind is not with anger, understanding mind is not with anger. Mind is with moha, understanding is with moha. It is not with moha, understanding not with moha. So like the basic things can, but so practice whatever you can, but for the daily practice, it will be more easier you to doing the Kayanupassana. So, but I'm still saying it's not like practicing from the body and going through.
So the 3 things: 1 was effort, 2 completely awareness, 3 with mindfulness.
Mm-hmm.
And if effort and you have to have all 3, just 2 wouldn't work. Effort not to arise unwholesome qualities in mind if it arises, cultivating wholesome qualities, ability to have feelings as feelings, mind as mind objects as mind objects, and body as body. And you talked
so, Dhulen,
about
Dhulen, we have to get rid of 2 things like
okay.
When we having that 3, there shouldn't be another 2. Can you remember those 2?
The covetousness and depression.
Yeah, yes, depression. Very good. And so, yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead. All right. And so we have to, so if we say, what is this practice in the very beginning, what Buddha saying?
The 4 noble truths.
This is the exact path. Ekaino ayam bhikkhave maggo, sattana visuddhya, the purification of the living beings. Soka paridhavana duddom, or domanasana attangama, like the sorrow and lamentation, to let go that, and let go the physical and mental pain, and gain knowledges, abilities, and attain the nibbana, the liberation. This is the exact path. So that's which means that 4 foundations of mindfulness. When someone practicing that 4 foundations of mindfulness, they should have the 3 things which Dhulen just remembered, the mentioned. So that means atapi, the effort, sampajano, completely awareness, and satima, the mindfulness. With that, there shouldn't be 2 things, that covetousness and the depression or the mental sufferings. So if someone practice these things, so remember, don't forget, when you may definitely need this guidance. So when we go through the meditation, you may find like, oh, it's simple now, I just want to focus on breath. No, in that meditation there are 3 things. three stages, we can break it to three things. So one is like you may have learned that samatha and vidarshana, vipassana, there are two main meditations. So that this meditation in this Satipatthāna covers, the first part covers samatha, or the calming, the focused attention. Then the second part covers the vipassana, or the insightfulness. Then the third one is saying that when practicing samatha plus vipassana, what happened to the mind? So we have to learn and clear on those three. So with that we can practice. So so if someone practice this exact same way which Buddha said, within 7 years, or Buddha reduce it to 7 days, you will gain these sort of understanding. That means Buddha is so clear about his teaching. So as human beings, so you know that we haven't done a good class, like a good explanation on karma. So people who had the karma, so when we say the karma is almost like an English word actually, but the definition is little different. What Buddha has said, that the karma means the consequences which comes from your intention. But when we say karma means, oh, it's his karma. What do you mean? We mean that something has happened to someone, bad, some sort of a bad thing happened to someone because he has done something bad. So it's not about the bad things, even the good things. So based on the karma, this consciousness and this living the life circle. So when a Buddha born to this world, people who has the great like the chance to attain the Nibbana, they are also born in that era, and they ask, they come to see the Buddha and ask questions and meditate and enlighten. So now, so there should be a kind of a backing power, a foundation of which comes from the good deeds. Good merits means not just the practicing from the act of your generosity, act of your practicing virtue, but most important thing is that practicing of the wisdom. So which means we should have a mind. That mind should have ability to understand this is right, this is wrong, and this is like, he should have a mind seeking what is the meaning of this life. So if not, our mind does not ready to listen to things. As an example, so when you are now being in this class, there are so many people watching the television and maybe watching Netflix also. For them, their mind is like they are satisfied with some sort of sensual pleasure also. They just don't have time, or they don't have ability. Sometimes they have ability, but they don't feel to focus to this. So likewise, there should be a karma background for this. So I definitely, we all have that kind of a karma background. Why so? Why do we say that? Because if not, our mind is not being happy, or we don't feel within ourselves to listen about something when someone's saying about letting go. Because this whole world is waiting to gain money, gain praise, gain power. This whole world is going in that way, but this is kind of a opposite way. Okay.
Is Bante the Vipassana part of Satipatthāna Sutta, or it is outside of it?
Part of this.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
If you're in a hurry, when you're learning, in there is called Samudaya Dhammanupassīva, Vaya Dhammanupassīva in every meditation. So that part is the Vipassana. So I just said that before the next week you may go through this, and so just to understand. I would like to start the Anapanasati, but before going in detail, so since we discussed on that, let's try to figure out that what are the three things which contains in this sutta. If you can see the the first, the Anapanasati or the breathing meditation, in that link, or anyway, I will say it, the mindful of the body and mindful of breathing. In here, you find that it says a monk who has gone to the forest, to the base of a tree. Let's say what the exact translation is like. There are a monk, Aranyagatoa, that means going somewhere like monastic place, and Urukkamulagatoa, under a tree, Sunyagaragatoa, like and Sunya means like empty, going to an empty place. That means no disturbance. Nisidati, sitting. Pallankang abhujita. Pallankang means like that lotus posture. Sit and abhujita ujunkayam panidaya, straight in their backs, and parimukan sating upatapita, bringing their mindfulness, awareness forward, and so sato asasati, being mindful, breathe in, being mindful on the breathing in, and being mindful on breathe out. So then Digang Vasasanto, Digang Vasasamiti Pajanati, when it's a long breath, understand longer breath. When it long breathe out, understanding longer breathe out, Digang Vasasanto, then Rasang Vasasanto and Rasang Vasasanto, short breathe in or short breathe out. Then that the Sabbakaya Padisangadi, understanding the whole breathe in and breathe out process as a one unit, like so being mindful on it, and then experiencing the subtleness. So those things, that the focus, it talks about the focus. So then Buddha saying an example there. So don't worry, in the next meditation, next class, we will learn this again. So I just want you to give that then saying an example, like how Sayatapi okay. Yeah. Then iti ajjatanga kaya kayanupassi viharati bahiddava kaya kayanupassi. Ajjata kaya means this body, what we feel as me or mine or myself. The bahidda kaya means that the what we see, even the others. We believe that. So ajjata or bahita, which means that the others. So that means kaya kayanupassi, this body. When we say this body, what is the way of understanding body as a body instead of me or mine or myself? The Buddha is saying this body is arising due to the, that because of the mom and the dad, and this body creates, and with the food, because we giving food, this body sustain, and when there is no food, but for this body can survive. And again it says something that this body is sustained again with that, that taking care of this, like massaging and taking care of this. That's how this body is here. So understanding this body as a body. So even all the other also understanding the body as body. Bahiddava kaya, kayanupassi viharati. Ajjata bahiddava kaya, both the other side and inside. Then samudaya dhammanupassi and vaya dhamman. Samudaya means how body rise, and vaya dhamman means how body falls. Body arise, as I said, due to the mom and dad's that, and then food, and then again so without food this body can sustain. So that's a one way of thinking, like the samudaya and vaya, how it creates and how it falls. So samudaya, so understanding the impermanence of this. So when someone do this, then saying what happened to the mind, atti kayotiva panasasati paccupatita hoti, then his mindfulness fully focused to to his body. Attikāyotiva Mahāsatipaṭṭhāna Yavadeva Jnanamattaya. That focus help to the jnana means that the create the knowledge, the real knowledge. Patisita Anisthitochvere. Anisthita means that mind is so focused still and not getting disturbed from that wandering or defilements. And anisthitocha viharati plus nachakinchi loke upaditi. A mind without attaching to anything as me or mine or myself. So it's a practice. First improving focus and then seeing the reality of this existence because of that stillness, and then so focus, seeing within, it is not me or mine or myself, and being in that mind. It's continuing in that mind. So you know that if someone practice breathing, so he can continue it while doing the anapanasati, but he can't do it forever. So then he has to walk. So then this meditation teach how to walk or how to change posture, and how we can sustain that, call it that sati, the mindfulness in there. How we can sustain that mind when doing works. And also there are the other techniques also, like I said, the 4 elements and the impurities. So likewise, it's like again, it's a well discussed. The Buddha's teachings has 6 qualities. So Soakata, well discourse, Sanditiko, and can understand here and now. Akaliko, it's a timeless teaching. Ehipasiko, open to all. Ehipasiko and Opanayiko. Opanayiko means inverse teaching. We have to understand within ourselves. Paschattam Veditabo Vinyohi. When we practice, we will come to the realizations up to our wisdom level. So that's how it contains. So if you would like, go through the teachings and sutta, and then we will discuss, and it will help us to practice in our daily life. So when you learn this, when you feel a confidence about these teachings, and when you feel about kind of a amazing feeling about Buddha, that's what called the Shraddha. That means confidence towards Buddha, and it's also a meditation. You can contemplating his qualities, and it creates, there is a verse saying, Super Buddham Pavujjanti Sada Gautama Savaka. Yesan Divacha Rattocha Nicham Buddhagata Sati. If someone used to reflect the qualities of the Buddha often, he will awake with energy and happiness. Supabuddham Pavajanti. That means his day will be so good and comfortable compared to the others. Why? He's contemplating the qualities of the Buddha. What happened to his mind when he's someone doing so? Because of that stillness and then the focus and the no defilements disturbing him. So what we have to understand in our life, we may have worrying and things. We used to see the outer world and correct things for our happiness. But in reality, real happiness something arises in our mind. So it's like if we don't take care of the mind, even you have comfortable chairs and comfortable facilities around you, it can create the happiness, because those are the things which can trigger kind of happy feeling in your mind. But mind is responsible for the whole happiness. So that's why I'm saying it doesn't matter you are inside of a correctional facility. It doesn't matter you are in somewhere else. But the happiness, we can say that because he's in correctional facility, in a cell also, he's experiencing suffering. So one who is in the mansion is being so happy. Just think a moment, so think that someone being in a mansion, a billionaire, who is suffering for something, like maybe about a deal he couldn't make, about thinking of some girl or boy. Now someone doing a meditation in a correctional facility, like feeling the inner peace. For the outer world, People may say one who is living in the mansion is the happiest person, but at that very moment, who is experiencing real happiness? One who's taking care of the mind. So therefore, try to take care of your mind more than your money or the rest of the things. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Today we started to learn nice teachings as a very important and insightful teaching on Satipatthana. We all accumulated good karma, good merits, blessings to our lives. Let's share all these good karma merits with all the divinely powers. May all devas be well, be happy. May all devas rejoice the merits we accumulated, and may your private guardians rejoice the merits and help you to practice Dhamma in your life, and may they all able to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share all these merits with all of your past relatives. May they be well, may they be happy, may they receive all the happiness they are expecting in their life, and may they all able to understand the Four Noble Truths in this Gautam Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share all these merits with our teacher, Pinat Lokaswaminas, and all the monastic monks who live all around the world. May monks be well, be happy. May monks able to understand the Four Noble Truths in this Gautama Buddha's dispensation. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Let's share all the good karma, good blessings with all of you. May you all be well, be happy. May your all good wishes come true. May you all able to overcome from all the mental or physical discomforts in your life. May you all able to experience the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okasa Vandami Bante, Maya Katang Punyang, Samina Anumodi Tabang.
Sadhu, sadhu, anumodami.
Samina Katang Punyang, Mai Hang Da Tabang.
Sadhu, sadhu, anumodata.
Sadhu, sadhu, Anumodami. Okasa Varatina Katang Sabang Chayang Kamata Me Bante.
Kamami, kamataba.
Okasa Kamami Bante. Dutiyampi, Okasa Kamami Bante. Tatyampi, Okasa Kamami Bante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Sukhiru, Nibbana. Okay, Namo Buddhaya.
Namo Buddhaya.